Hi guys, it's me, just Lincoln again, and for this video that I will be dedicating to the holiday season in December 2025, I shall be talking about the next in line in the Michael Bay Transformers movie franchise. Now, this movie is good and bad in certain respects, because I like the addition of the main Transformer characters, with the exception of two more noticeable cases, and I really like the addition of another character in it too. The Fallen is a concept that is quite interesting to me, because it represents both the people who died in the first movie, the Fallen, the defeated characters, as well as it turns out to be a new faction in the Transformers universe, which I don't think they had any representation in the original cartoon. But it's still pretty awesome. I like the way the wording could have meant either or. So anyway, there's also some new additional characters in it too. But I'll talk about that one first, okay? I think that Skids and Mudflaps work on paper, but in execution they are crap. I mean, why did Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg sign off on the whole black speak / Skiddo speak for these two characters? I mean, if they were so up on the internet and stuff, and they could see all the memes and all the black humor stuff going around, what would they think that it'd be acceptable to do it on on a Transformer, on a robot? That makes no sense. It's really kind of racist and offensive. Number two is that one of them has a gold tooth on them in their face, which is really quite aggravating. What would they need a gold tooth other than make fun of the whole black era people? Slash the pimp people, if you will. I mean, that's just brainless and stupid. I like the little robot, the little itty Transformer as a toy truck. That's pretty cool, because at first it starts sticking around with Megan Fox's Michaela's the garage there, and then it ends up becoming a real ally to them, in that it tries to help them out, and it sees that bad Decepticons on, so it switches sides over to the good side. But I don't like the fact that it humps Megan Fox. Granted, Megan Fox is a beautiful woman, and she always wears a very delightful top to big bells and things like that, and she's always running around with it on. But I don't think a robot should really be humping up like a dog, because that's like an interspecies love thing, and I don't like it. I feel kind of uncomfortable with it. Although I do like the fact that they gave him a Joe Pesci Italian accent to boot too. That's pretty funny. Also to note is that when he's being tortured by Michaela, he puts on that type of persona like Johnny Five from that scene from Short Circuit 2. And another thing that I really like is I like the whole I forgot what his name was. I've mentioned in the show, in the movie. But when that Transformer comes out of the SR-71 Blackbird, that turns out to be an old Decepticon trader that became an old bot just because I guess he liked the way it would go for him. I like that aspect. But for some reason he got a cane and he got limp to him. I thought that since the robots that they can self-heal themselves up to a certain point. So the fact that they got that, it's kind of questionable. And for some reason he got a Scottish accent. Maybe to emphasize that the Blackbird was made by Lockheed Martin, I guess. That could be an indication of that. But he ends up becoming quite a valuable partner when it comes to the end scene, during which they kills another one of the Scorpion robots. And there's also the part about the childish humor that Michael Bay put in his movie. For example, in the first one we had all the pee jokes and all the bodily fluid references. But in this one we have more of we have the robot hopping Michaela's leg. And then we also had John Turturro's thing underneath that Voltron type robot with a big dragon ball over top of him. And it really reminded me of I don't really need to tell you what that reminded me of, but yeah, it reminded me of that. Plus there was the other Decepticon robot there that was a human that was it was a Decepticon that was hiding behind the facade of a human female. Now this is so funny that because this real dorky guy, this real dorky sentiment wiki that we get these really hot, perfect time women always fall for him. And second of all, I don't like the fact that Bumblebee had her inside him as a passenger in the car, and he didn't detect anything wrong with her. He didn't detect that this human was a robot in disguise, and that kind of pissed me off a little bit. Because at least with the Terminator, they are easily found out by dogs or high sensitive animals or whatever. But this one doesn't. And the fact that she tried to kill someone with that weird tail thing that comes out from the backside, and her tongue too. That's actually pretty funny. Actually, reminds me of a combination of Scorpion and Toad from the X-Men. But eventually, Michaela comes back and kicks at her ass. Now, there's also a part where Sam goes into freak out mode in college when he's in like a physics class. But I'm glad that it happened during some kind of English class major or whatever. So anyway, he's freaking out. He's giving out all kinds of coordinates and all kinds of mathematical stuff about things. Turns out that leading the way to a new engine source called the Allspark, or the Matrix of Power, or something. Yeah, I think it's the Matrix of Power, which is very funny because Megatron comes back because some robot ends up going to him overseas and then go into the ocean, even though it's supposed to be waterproof and it's supposed to be cold and pressure and all that, so that the robots can't function, or supposedly can't function, and they end up reviving him and the others too, Starscream included in that too, so that they all come back. They torture a Assemble Wiki to get the map out of his head, and they shove like a little bug into his mouth. Now that this is a completely different franchise of the first movie, as the first thing I'm gonna see now, but Hugo Weaving, who voiced Megatron, also the voice of the main bad guy in the Matrix, Agent Smith. So I find it really funny that he's talking about the Matrix, and then he's talking about like a little supply bug that goes inside Wiki's mouth to get information from him. And all this that you can go to the one person who Megatron himself takes orders from, and that'd be the Fallen. I forgot his name offhand, but anyway, the Fallen came to Earth many centuries ago during the ancient Egyptian time, and no one further back than that, but more like the primitive man times, and they went and they enslaved the humans, they destroyed the humans and everything else. But what's funny is that when they did that, they had no vehicles which to transform into. But the funny thing is that all their armor bits that you would expect from a Transformer post vehicle phase was in there. So you have the fully armored robotic Transformers that wasn't on human beings. So I don't get where that came from. I mean, they would just do like a basic transforming into something covered in stone, like in the Sonic car or something. But no. Anyway, then a lot like the little fringe things on the neck that look kind of like a Pharaoh's helmet, whatever we call it, fancy headpiece. So that's really cool. It's very quite funny that they would have that. But then they also invoke this Voltron-esque robot where they combine a bunch of robots into one giant thing. Transform into bigger Transformers. So that, to me, that's really funny. And thank God the army is just put down with a big rail gun. So anyway, they end up shooting this giant thing with rail gun. But not before my Flubs kid died first. I forgot which one of the twins dies first. But one dies first, and then they have a thing where Optimus Prime of all people is destroyed by Megatron in the first half of the movie, and then in the second half he is revived, and then they asked all the guys over there with their big iron sword and killed the fallen guy too, the fallen leader. Now, it's very noticeable that the main cast of the robots are Peter Cullen for Megatron, Hugo Weaving for the other guy for Megatron, and then for the last big giant robot was Peter Walker. That'd be the guy from Frank Welker. Because it got very noticeable sound effects that I used from other type of stuff. It's actually pretty good too. But it's really nice to see that to uncover everything in the Egyptian desert time, because the first movie had to Chicago, now the Egyptian pyramids and the environment around it. But they had to destroy all the stuff by the giant robot sucks up sand, which I think would make him an ally to Darth Vader, but that's just the point. So yeah, the movie is very long and very drawn out, but the thing is that Starscream does give Megatron a nice little antidote at the end of the movie. The both of them witness the fallen, being defeated by Optimus Prime and being revived again by Samuel Wiki. He's he said that even cowards survive. So he used that to his advantage because Starscream is a coward. But the funny thing is that Megatron actually does this, and he does let the fallen his boss be defeated by Last Prime, which I don't know if that's a thing in the lore of Transformers, but he like that the Last Prime is like something special. And that's a pretty good whole thing. Because the sword fighting is good, especially when Optimus has to fight with 3 or 4 the Decepticons. He is killed off, which has a very much weight to it. Not as much as in the first Transformer cartoon movie, but in this one it's kind of hard to believe that he could die of 2 movies. So also, there's so much battling and so many Transformers and robot pieces going around here. It can actually be kind of hard to track which ones are the good guys and which ones are the bad guys. Like I said, it's over long too much sexual output put on by women of the group. And it's too much, and it could be seen too much for people like myself. I didn't like the movie as a whole. Just certain parts of it, like the battle scenes, like that Scottish robot, and that's about it. So yeah, I thank you for watching my video on Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, which is such a pretty clever name title. And I did this for December 2000, the holiday season of December 2025. think of this being heavy piece of the approval, meaning that some parts are good, some parts are bad. I would say that on a whole, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's a good movie. Good popcorn flick. More flops and skits and go right to hell because they portray black people as stupid and vain, and I don't want to be in a robot movie. If you guys like what you see here and want to see more of my videos, you can always like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. You can also contact me about future episodes and future videos in my channel by calling me or texting me at 631-707-3607. And if you'd like to know, follow me on Twitter or X, or on X if you prefer, at PNelsonPro. Let me see. Also, my email is jksviewingchannel@gmail.com. So, I see you guys, and would like to say what's up. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Ramadan, Happy New Year's, Happy Just the Fuck Up Day. So, peace out, my brothers and sisters. I'll see you in the next video. All you girls and guys in internet land. Sayonara.